Copyright Basics. What is a copyright?
Copyright is a form of intellectual property in which original works of authorship are protected.
Do I have to apply for a copyright to retain ownership of the work I create?
Unlike patents and trademarks, you do not have to file for a copyright in order to obtain a copyright. Copyrights are created upon the creation of whatever it is, primarily if it's books, music, films, things like that. Copyrights actually exist at the moment you create it. However, in order to enforce your copyright, you do have to file for a copyright.
What is the process for registering a copyright?
The process for filing for a copyright is relatively simple. You file with the United States Copyright Office.
What rights are established by a copyright?
There's approximately 7 rights associated with copyrights, but primarily it allows the author of original works of authorship to use his rights in any way that he wants. Thereafter, if he chooses to, he can license those rights out.
Can I copyright all of my great ideas?
People are really confused when it comes to patents, trademarks, and copyrights. Ideas cannot be copyrighted, and in fact, ideas cannot be patented either. With copyrights, though, you really need to have some kind of form of expression, is what they say. It has to be fixed to either paper or music or to film or to some tangible medium of expression in order to file for a copyright.
How long does a copyright last?
The term of a copyright will vary, and this has been changing for years actually, but generally it's 75 years plus the life of the author.
What is a fair use limitation?
Fair use is an exception or a defense to copyright infringement. It allows individuals to possibly use copyrighted material as long as they're using it in a particular manner, in a particular way. So for example, educators in an educational setting, they may be able to use copyrighted materials, and of course there's always exceptions to the rules, but they can do so because they're doing so in furtherance of education. There's a similar fair use exception with news reporters. If something is newsworthy, they may be allowed to use portions of copyrighted materials. However, there are exceptions to the rules, and you need to consult an attorney.
Can teachers distribute photocopied materials at school?
A teacher may be able to copy certain portions of a book. This also falls under what's called the fair use exception to copyrights. This allows educators or individuals involved in news reporting to allow copyrighted materials to be used. However, there are exceptions and they must be done in a particular way.
Can original computer software be protected by copyright and patent?
Software can be copyrighted. The actual code of the software may be copyrighted as long as it's an original work of authorship. However, you have to keep in mind that mere abstract ideas or principles cannot be patented, nor can they be copyrighted.
What is the Digital Millennium Copyright Act?
The DMCA is a statute. The primary purpose of it is to allow non-liability to ISPs, or Internet Service Providers. So if there's infringers out there in cyberspace and they're posting their infringing material on the Internet, what happened in the past is that a lot of these Internet ISPs, Internet Service Providers, got sued for copyright infringement. The Digital Millennium Act gave a type of safe harbor to these ISPs.